Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 22 of the anime series Shokugeki no Soma, and we're finally coming to the fruition of Group B, to see who that foursome's going to be. That's going to move on to the primaries, I guess you could say, being that these are the preliminaries to the autumn elections. Who is going to be moving on to the primary autumn elections? Whole shebang, and it was very interesting to me because a few times they started to throw me for a loop with, the points, the sort of averages that were going on, and all these different characters, Yuki, now everything, Hojo and such like that. The Aldini brothers being against each other, that threw me for a loop when I figured that out in the last couple of episodes, that they were actually stacked against each other, and we were seeing competitorship between the two brothers and such, and what they each brought to the table. And sort of the thing that, lasts after this episode comes to its conclusion, and we see who is, in fact, moving on from Group B. I really loved the very heartening aspects that they had on display in this episode. Of course, they go through the process bit by bit of each of these recipes, and they begin with Hojo, for example, and I thought it was very interesting. All of that has been very interesting from the get-go of this series, seeing all of these different recipes and all the ways they utilize ingredients, vegetables, spices, and everything like that, fruits and what have you. All of that stuff is always intriguing to me, but of course it was the story elements and the character elements that really pinpointed a sort of memorable aspect to me. Calling back with Megumi, calling back on her past in the previous episode and seeing how she came to being able to carve up that monkfish and do the performance art of it, that culinary art, but also a sort of performance art that she bridged in between the two. And seeing that in her time of need, in essence, in this episode, she's very much on her own. She doesn't have Soma and her other Polar Star dormitory, mates, if you will, to fall back on. She's very much on the spot. And so I just thought it was absolutely pitched and brilliant to have all of these old men fishermen, her forefathers, if you will, that guided her and created this culinary, just master that she is evolving into, were right there to support her. They, got the younger fishermen to go ahead and take care of the day's work and everything like that, so they could be here in the here and now to support her. Absolutely friggin' loved that. Loved calling back on being able to see that she, amongst her own sort of family restaurant backdrop, she had become like the best cook out of everybody. Her skill, seeing her mother wanting her to be able to evolve that skill and go to Totsuki and all that kind of stuff. It just made her story that much more endearing, and her as a character, not that she hadn't already been, but made her very much endearing to me, so that when she wins the day, so to speak, when she's part of the four in the end, I was just goosebumps. I was very, very happy. And of course, that final shot of her shedding a tear, happy tears, it was like, hell yes. But as I say, it kind of threw me for a loop here and there with these other characters, because last episode I thought, it was pretty much in the bag, like Nao might be moving on and Hojo might be moving on and everything like that. But they had effectively themselves wiped the floor with by the end of this episode. It was also very much interesting, the dynamic between the Aldini brothers, because as we see, they are going up against each other, and it was, that was compelling to me. But we also get a sort of heartening aspect callback to their situation. Apparently Isami has had to live in his brother Takumi's shadow for some time, and he's not escaping it anytime soon by the end of this episode, though he brought all of his skills to yield creating this calzone. And me being sort of having Italian heritage, I was like, calzone, yeah. Even though it was curry-fied and whatever like that. It was just really interesting to see how he had sort of rested so much on this, and now he's maybe taken aback by the fact that once again, his brother moves on. His brother does just that much more better than he did. Even though we do see that Takumi was very much embracing his brother and saying, it's both of us together, as siblings should, really, basically come together, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with rather than on their own. They shouldn't be gauging off of each other, but of course, because they are siblings, they do, and in the end, Isami kind of, had to feel faltering almost, like he had failed in a sense. Even though he made it that far and he scored that highly, he wasn't quite good enough, even though he did fall in line with Hojo as well, you know. But it was interesting that even though he was neck and neck with her, it didn't matter in the end with the foursome we end up with. And quite frankly, I mean, going back to who I thought were the likeliest candidates in Group B to move on, I believe I said, and not in the order of, you know, how they were chosen, but I believe I said I figured Alice probably would. Hisako, because of how much they were putting on that character, you know, Arina's aid and whatever. I figured Megumi was a shoo-in, and between the two Aldini brothers, I would have chosen Takumi, frankly. And so that's the foursome who moves on. And what's really interesting, apart from all of the, you know, hilarious sort of dream sequences where everyone's getting foodgasmic and everything, which, you know, it's just, these are absolutely brilliant sequences. I thought it was interesting that they were giving everybody sort of catchphrase nicknames all through the episode as their dish was debuted, and they scored, you know, whatever their score was, and then they'd like freeze frame it and they'd show these characters. I'm assuming this is, you know, taken from pages right out of the manga and everything. Not having read it, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming these were like splash pages to really celebrate the prowess of each of the characters, and they transferred that to the anime, and I just thought it was really interesting, the names they came up with and everything. Wondering, you know, is there any lasting sort of effect of that? You know, will that be something that they're known for that from here on out, or is it just a one-time thing for, you know, the end of the preliminaries and such? But of course, at the end of the episode, post-credits, after all of this is said and done, and Megumi very much in focus as being, you know, she didn't expect to win. She was on the spot, as I say, and she had all that support, and she makes the grade. And we have that foursome of Alice and Hisako, Takumi, and Megumi. We call over, you know, back to Group A, and the judging process is like at a standstill, because you have Natsumi Sendawara not giving anyone anything above a 0. So everybody, you know, 10 times, I think one of the characters says she's already, you know, not graded 10 dishes. They've gone through 10, but she's giving all 0s, and we're leaving off with Alice's partner Ryu, you know, going up and being the next one called up. But it's like, what the hell? What's going to get this bitch off her ass? And actually, is she going to start grading? Is it going to be like everyone else grades the dishes and, you know, she's just going to be complete 0, 0, 0 all the time? Or is, you know, somebody like Soma, I mean, Soma looks like he is just in ecstasy. He's got his mouth agape, he's like smiling, he's laughing, he's having a blast. And is it going to be somebody like Soma or Ryu that's going to wake this chick out of her, you know, 0 reverie and being very displeased with dishes? Or is she going to stay that way? Is she going to be like stagnant or whatever? It's going to be interesting to see, and it's going to be interesting to see as well who's going to make it out of Group A. I'm not actually, I can't remember off the top of my head all of the characters that are involved, but I think Soma's a shoo-in, you know. I would be surprised if Ryo is not, and you know, out of the other characters, it's just going to be really interesting to see who makes it out of Group A. And, you know, I'm assuming that's going to be the end of this particular season. Hopefully we will get a season 2, because I'm ramped up. I'm like at the edge of my seat, as people have asked, you know, will I be considering getting into the manga post the season? And I'm giving it a lot of thought, I gotta be honest. Between this and Gangsta, these are two series that have been so momentous that it's drawn me into the point where if we're not going to get a continuation in anime form, I'm definitely going to be wanting to find out what happens and be there right along with you guys who are the manga readers to see, you know, how everything plays out. But otherwise, I will give it some time and see before I jump into it, just to see if we might get a second season. For all I know, the last episode, we might get the announcement that there will be a second season, but it'll remain to be seen until then. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 22 of Shokugeki no Soma, if you've seen it, if you enjoyed it, if you were happy with the turnout, if you weren't a manga reader and you were guessing at it like I was, did who you thought, you know, who you assumed to make the grade, were they chosen to make the grade? Are they moving on? Did you figure incorrectly? If you are a manga reader without posting spoilers, let me know how you like the translation of the entire series if you want, but especially these last couple episodes with the preliminaries. Is it living up to that sort of momentous occasion in the manga and the anime? You know, does it translate well? So otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.